All right, Boston, we are finally back, and it's time for us to continue our GM mode commentary with your Boston Bruins here in the Year 5 offseason. We have some decisions to make. We just lost to the Detroit Red Wings in, what was it, round 2? Round 1? Point is, we got spanked by the defending Stanley Cup champions, but that's all right. I still feel like we have a very good team. We are getting a little bit older. Brad Marchand is going to be dropping off. We just had the last best year, but he had a fantastic season, and as long as he's still playing alongside of David Pastrnak and Braden Point, he still should put up some numbers. So what we have to do is we just need to improve our team for year number 6 to try to go on another cup run. It's still going to be Point and Pastrnak that are taking over this team for the next 7 years, all right? But we're going to need to find a goaltender and a backup. We have 3 guys, actually. The medium starter might become something. He's already 72 at 20 years of age. But 2 guys at medium elites, 2 guys with trading assets. But we're hoping that one of these guys can get an early jump and we can take advantage of their mid-80 or low-80 overall goaltender while they're on a minor league or a team-friendly contract. Then when they ask for like the $9-10 million, that's when we trade them as RFAs, right? But we're going to need a goalie and a backup. Our defensemen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are good with Krug, Fleury, Carlo, Larson, Nurse, and Lambos as our 6 defensemen. And then as our forward core, we got Pasta, we got Point, we got Brad Marchand, that's 3. We got Raquel, we got DeBrusk, we got Bergeron, that's 6. We got Shenishin, we got JFK, we got Cody West, that's 9. And then we have a few guys that we could throw on the 4th line, but I'm actually going to try to sign some free agents for that 4th line, all right? So some depth players and also the backup and the starter for the 10D spot. Now, before we do this, I just want to make sure that we free up as much cap space as possible. So the players that have the contracts that we know we don't want, we're going to get rid of. So Krug, 1 more year at $15 million. Hopefully he doesn't ask for that much at the end of this year. Point Pasta we're keeping. Brad Marchand, he might ask for more than $6 million if he has another good season, man. Fleury we're keeping. Raquel, same thing with Raquel. We're going to have to see what we want to do there. But at 87 overall, at 31 years of age, you can hold on to him for a cup run for the next 2 to 3 years. That's fine. DeBrusk, Carlo, you guys are staying. Bergeron, he's staying. Larson's staying. Jacob Forsback, Carlson's staying. Nurse is staying. Actually, was Nurse... Are we moving on from Nurse? No. Nurse was staying, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're yeah. Lambos is the 6th defenseman. So we still have Darnell Nurse that we got to hold on to. $15 million. Yeah, well, Torrey Krug is winning the Norris Trophy every single year, boys. On this team, so he's putting up the points. I didn't want to give him terms, so I just gave him 1 year to get paid. I didn't want to give him multiple years because he's going to drop off. So Nurse we're holding on to, Shenishin we're holding on to, but we are replacing Frederick on the 4th line. I don't like paying $1.5 million to a guy who's not in the 80s. We can go find a free agent who's in the 80s right now and actually pay him less and upgrade our 4th line. So Trent Frederick, you won a Stanley Cup with the Boston Bruins. Thank you very much for your time. But we are going to move on from you because $1.5 million could become something useful for us. And I'm just going to get some draft picks back for this. It looks like the Arizona Coyotes were going to give me a 4th and a 5th. There you go. All right, so thank you very much for your time, Frederick. So we have $8.225 million of cap space available. We're going to go into free agents. And like I said, go after those goalies and go after a crew of 4th liners, and we'll see what the chemistry looks like, and we'll just try to arrange the best team that we see. So, the goaltenders. I could spend some money on Robin Lehner, Anderson, Demko, even a guy like Martin Jones, who's less than $4 million, but because he's 34, he may drop off. So, I'm just going to save our money with our goaltenders, the same thing we've been doing every single year, and we'll see what happens. So, this guy, Tyler Parsons, he's 26 years of age. He's got medium starter potential. He could grow if he has a good season, and he's only asking for $2 million. So, yeah, I'm gonna give him some years here, because if we can always move this contract if we need to, and if we can actually increase his overall, this will be a steal for us. So I'm gonna go 4 years at $2.5 million for Tyler Parsons. There you go. And then we just need a backup as well. I'm just gonna get one of these guys in here, DeSmith, and should I get Laurent Brassard? You know, I'm going to get Laurent Brassard back. You won a Stanley Cup with the Boston Bruins. All right, he's a fan favorite. So 1 year, 1.750 for Laurent Brassard. There you go. We are good for defensemen. The fans here in the Twitch chat have also said to turn off the injuries because we are going to blitzkrieg a bunch of years here to try to get this sucker done to lead us into the next GM mode. So we don't need depth. We're fine for our defensive core. And forwards, there were 4 guys that we were going after, all right? 2 centers. Go down here. Luke Coonan, who, again, the same thing. as Frederick, like a $1.75 million deal, but an upgrade from a 78 overall to an 83 overall. That's big time for us. Can I get him for a bunch of years? 4 years at $2 million? I can go 4 years at 2. I mean, nah, we don't know if he's going to drop off. Let's just keep it where it should be. 2 years at $2 million. All right, for Luke Coonan. We'll see what happens there. Go down the list. Who else was there available? Batherson, yes, Drake Batherson, who is a 26-year-old two-way forward. He's also got the medium top 6 potential, so he could grow, and this guy is going to be nothing, nice and cheap. I can go 4 years with this guy. Let me go 2 years. Just we want to save the money so we can make some trades come trade deadline if that happens. So Drake Batherson and Luke Coonan for centers. And then there were 2 right wingers who also had a very cheap contract. Josh Anderson, 30 years of age, 82 overall power forward, less than $1 million. I want that. 2 years, 8.5. Yeah, I want to make sure I get him. So 0.9. And then go down the list, and we have, what was it? Julian Gauthier. There you go. 26-year-old power forward, also making less than $1 million. So we got 4 guys who are all like 26-year-olds that were signing to 2-year deals, less than like $1 million, less than 1.5 million. Luke Coonan was a little bit up there, but that's pretty good. That has restocked our depth quite nicely, I must say. So we'll advance that. Oh, hang on. And I got to remember also we have 1 associate coach that we need to get. Batherson, Gauthier, you guys can tell me how to pronounce these names, all right, while we're doing some power video editing. I know I be butchering them, but that's what I do. So we're going to need an associate coach for the AHL. I'm just going to grab anybody. Somebody who's got like a good teaching rating. There you go, A+ goalies now. We're going to go with a generalist with a B rating. All right, so 3 years, sure, whatever the year length is now, because I can just rehire them and just get this nice and quickly done. All right, so there you go. There are the coaches. There are the players signed. And now we just need to simulate and see who's accepted our contract. So I'm hoping that Tyler Parsons is the one that might accept a contract from another team. So Ryan Murray is being traded from the Columbus Blue Jackets to the Arizona Coyotes for a first-round pick. M. Benson, who looks like a prospect, and a 7th. So the Coyotes getting a blue liner right there. Bjorn Greiss has decided to sign with our AHL squad. That's good news. No. I'm not looking for any trades right now, my boys. I'm keeping this roster together. Advance today. Laurent Brossoit is back on the team, so the Stanley Cup winning goaltender for us has returned to Boston, the fan favorite. A lot of guys have that jersey, Brossoit, so I want to make sure that they can still represent it. Josh Anderson is coming to Boston, good. Luke Coonan is coming to Boston. Drake Batherson is coming to Boston. And Julian Gauthier coming to Boston. What about our goalies? Tyler Parsons is coming to Boston. Good. So we got all the players that we wanted coming here to Boston, ladies and gentlemen. And that should also leave us with a little bit of cap space available. Oh, $5 million of cap space. Good. 4.6. So come the trade deadline with the goalies that we can trade, that's when we make that move, all right? Not right now. So Parsons and Brossoit as our starter backup. Defensemen, we are good. We got 6 D-men that we're going with this year. And forwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 guys, 80 overall or better. 13, 14. All right, we got 14 guys at 80 overall or better. So it's just about figuring out who would fit in on the lineups. Now, hang on a second. Is there anyone else that we could go after with that $4 million of cap space? What are you guys saying? Crosby? I don't know if I can get... Is Crosby still available? Taves, Giroux, Malkin. Crosby's not in there. No. Let me go overall. Let's see. Is Crosby still in there? Larkin is in there. Taves, Malkin, Giroux, Kopitar. No, I think Crosby got taken, boys. He is certainly not in there. All right, so Taves, 4.475. I could try to go after a guy like Jonathan Taves. Let me just go, instead of centers, let me just go all skaters, and let me go to affordable. All right, so let's see who the guys are affordable. I can maybe go after Jonathan Taves, Terry, Turris, Gino Malkin. Is Malkin still scoring some goals? Malkin's still capable of getting a 36-goal season. He could fit in on the first line, the playmaker. Malkin's not bad. Zucker, two-way forward. Ty Radish, a power forward. Forward line, too. I don't know. What do you guys think? Power forwards might not be a bad idea. I got Claude Giroux last season. We could spend the money right now. Gino. Gino would be something special, but he's got bottom 6 potential, so that really could drop off. That's the problem there. Terry? What would I want Terry as a center? Two-way forward. What kind of gameplay or what kind of seasons am I expecting here with Troy Terry? So some penalty, does take penalty minutes, doesn't get too many points. Body checks and is a defensive player. All right, so Troy Terry is a defensive player. He'll definitely take the puck off, which fits in. He can play the third forward line. But see, the thing is, we kind of have Patrice Bergeron in that spot right now. You know, and we have some contracts that we have to sign. So the guys to sign right now would be the one-off rentals. So, you know what? Even if Malkin drops off, he might still be capable of getting like 25-goal seasons. And we don't know with the chemistry. I mean, 37, 36, 36, 33, 36. Even if he drops off, it's going to be like 26. I'm going to get Gino. Yeah, I'm going to get Gino Malkin here, boys. We're going to try to get Gino. Even if he drops off, whatever. So I'm going to go 1 year at $4 million for Gino Malkin. Last year, it was Claude Giroux. He dropped off. This year, it's going to be Gino Malkin. We're going to see what we can get for us. He's a pure goal scorer. Yeah, I know. He's a shooter. And that'll help out our second line power play. It'll do a lot of things for us. I know I signed 4 guys. Those 4 guys don't have to stay on the team. I just wanted to see what the chemistry will look like. All right, so no, I'm not making these trades. I don't want to give up any of these guys. So let me just do some trade block management right now by myself. There you go, surplus. Boom, boom. There you go. Gino Malkin is on the Boston Bruins. All right, so we stole Giroux from Philadelphia 1 year. Now we stole Malkin from Pittsburgh, even though Malkin just had a year on Edmonton. He's cup chasing, man. All right, so let's do some power of video editing and get to the start of year number 6. All right, so here we are, the beginning of year number 6. I've already gone ahead and made all the line changes, made the roster moves, determining who should be starting on the Boston Bruins, and I think everyone in the chat agrees we look pretty good for year number 6. So we were trying to mess around with the chemistry. For our next GM mode, it's going to be a lot of fun, but the fact that we have Point and Pasternak on the first line, and we have to give them first line ice time, means that we're not going to be able to get a +5. Now, the fans were pointing out if we wanted to move DeBrusk up and also move Josh Anderson up to the first line, we could get the +5 for Braden Point. But a +5 for Anderson means he's playing at an 87. A +5 for DeBrusk means he's playing at a 92. Pasternak is going to get less ice time. Well, if Pasternak plays, he's playing at a 93. So we want to make sure Pasternak is still up there. It's unfortunate that all we have is the +1, but we are going to keep that the way it is. +3s for the second line with Jake DeBrusk, Ricard Raquel, Julien Gauthier. Third line, Patrice Bergeron, Cody West, and Evgeny Malkin. I decided to put the 2 veterans, Malkin and Bergeron, alongside of Cody West for the third line. Perhaps that can help out the young man get some points in his rookie season. And then the fourth line, Luke Coonan, Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson, and Josh Anderson. So we have a plus to chemistry for every single line, which is great. The defensive core, Torrey Krug and Brendan Carlo, still giving us that +5. Awesome. Carson Lambos in his rookie season. So we have 2 rookies that we're starting this year, Cody West and Carson Lambos. We're going to see how they perform over the course of the year. Hayden Fleury at a +3, 87 overall. He's looking good still. And then Larson and Darnell Nurse back there on the third defensive pairing. Rounding out the defensive core is an 83 and an 84 overall. Not too shabby. Power play looks very similar. All right, we did get some power play time for Cody West. We may have to take him off if it's not working. Penalty kill looks very weak, but that's just because of the coach. We don't have a great penalty kill. I find that the diamond setup is the best for this game. I think we have a large box penalty kill, so that's not looking great. Tyler Parsons as our starting goaltender, 83 overall, and Laurent Brossoit, 81 overall. All right, so I would like to get to the trade deadline nice and quickly for everyone watching on YouTube. There's going to be 1 year in this video. So some more power of video editing, and let's take it all the way to the trade deadline. All right, so end of year number 6, and your Boston Bruins are the best team in the NHL. There was nothing that you guys needed to witness over the course of the year. We got to the trade deadline. There were a few names available, but our team was playing so well that we did not need to make any changes whatsoever. 63, 14, and 5 for your Boston Bruins. Unreal. We also managed to sign Ricard Raquel to a 3-year extension starting next season, so we can keep this roster together. And look at that, 131 points. And on top of that, the LA Kings, who we had the first overall pick from, or the first round pick from, look at that. They finished with a record of 16, 58, and 8, 40 points. So we were the best team in the NHL, and we had have the first-round pick of the worst team in the NHL, baby. And also, we traded for an offensive defenseman who did not get signed, an RFA, Jake Bean. Didn't cost us too much, but considering he didn't play in year number 5 from the New Jersey Devils, or year number 6, sorry, he might be a cheap offensive defenseman that we can put alongside of, what's his name, Adam Larson, to replace Darnell Nurse for next season. But we're not worried about next season, ladies and gentlemen. It's about year number 6. We've got to get the Stanley Cup this year. Look at Braden Point. Holy shit, Braden Point. Hang on a second. I forgot something that the voodoo could really screw me over here. We got to save this. We got to save this right now. Create a new file. There you go. The 63 win season is, or the 64, what was it? 63? The 63 win season has been locked in, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's take a look at some of these team stats. What's really great about this is Tyler Parsons. I think Tyler Parsons is going to grow from an 83 overall goalie, and we'll have him signed for another 3 years at $2.5 million. So that's awesome. Atlantic Division, goals for 4.6 goals for per game. What? All right, this team can score. Holy, almost a full goal more than the second best goal scoring team in the NHL. I have never seen a goals for per game that high before. What the hell have I created here in Boston? Goals against per game. Take that, LA. Chicago, Boston. So second best defensive team in the NHL as well. Our power play. Our fucking, I don't know what I've done to the power play, but a 36.3% chance. So, like, more than every 3 power plays, we're guaranteeing 1 goal. I mean, less than 3. Every 3 would be 33.3. We're at 36.3. Holy fuck. Penalty kill percentage, 81.8. All right, so they got to find a way to score somehow. All right, and yeah, the last 10. Ooh, Minnesota coming in on fire. Boston, 6-3-1. We kind of cooled down there towards the end. We almost got the 65-win season. All right, so if all these goals came, what about Malkin on the third line? That might have been the reason. Because if he had another 30-goal season, you know, point 34.79. Fuck. Brad Marchand, I thought he was dropping off. He's a top 9 potential. He still had another good year. I mean, this guy hit a different level in his later years. Look at this. 50 goals, 38, 54, 48. Look what he's done in the last 4 seasons. As a 32-year-old, 33-year-old, 34, 35, 36-year-old. Go, Brad, go. Unstoppable, my man. Jake DeBrusk, 90s fucking hell, DeBrusk. Thank God I signed Rickard Rakell right now, because a 79-point season, he would have asked for a lot more money. So we got Rickard Rakell signed to like an 8.250 for another 3 years after this season contract. That'll take him up to 34 years of age. It's perfect, considering Marchand is still playing the way he's playing at 36. Pasta had 93 points. Bergeron on the third line, 67. Malkin, yeah, that's essentially what we wanted out of Malkin. We were looking at his numbers, right? And we saw the 30, and I said it to you. As long as he can get like a 25-goal year, I'll be happy with that. Did I not say that? And he gave us a 25-goal, 64-point season on the third line. Now, what about Kanye? Cody West? Yeah, Cody West is a goal scorer. He's a shooter. So he's not getting that much ice time, right? Because look at his time on ice. Only 11 minutes. 11 minutes in comparison to Braden Point, who had 19 minutes. So we can almost double Cody West's ice time, right? Almost double. And he can get 29. He's already got 29 goals. So yeah, he's a pure goal scorer. What a rookie season for Cody West. And he gets to play alongside of Malkin and Bergeron. 9-game trial, my ass. Yeah, exactly. I know. The coach didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And Jacob Forsbacka Karlsson on the fourth line still had a 20-goal. I mean, look at the goals that we got. 40, 40, 30, 30, 29, 25, 20, 19, 18, 15, 14, 10. Not a single player on our team, the forward core, scored less than 10 goals. Holy shit, man. That's great. And then defensively, Torrey Krug, man. Yep. There it is, Torrey Krug with a 71-point season. Very nice. Hayden Fleury, 59. Brendan Carlo, 38. Darnell Nurse, 32. Adam Larson, 24. And Carson Lambos with 15. So rookie season for Carson Lambos. He was a plus 32. And Hayden Fleury had a 59-point year. So Carson was allowing Hayden Fleury to get her done. Carson might be more of a stay-at-home defender, but whatever, man. Whatever. Look what he was a plus 32 on the second line. Hell yeah. And then Yeah, I think Tyler Parsons, we signed him as an 83 overall goaltender. He signed for another 3 years at $2.5 million. He's going to grow. He's going to grow at least to an 84 or an 85. It might even be as high as an 87, 88. I've seen it before. But 53, 12, and 5 with a .918 save percentage. This guy probably won the Vezina. He is going to grow. He is going to grow. He is going to grow. All right. So there it is. Now we get to the point of the video where I get real fucking pissed off that this best team of all time loses in the first round of the playoffs because EA Sports. Right, boys? Right, boys? All right, so regular season has ended. I also want to see what the draft lottery says for the LA Kings. But in round number 1, we have the Washington Capitals. Oh, no. Ovi's last freaking year. Ovi's last freaking year. I'm not liking this, boys. I'm not liking this one bit. So the Washington Capitals, Ovi, Kuznetsov, and Vrana. Vrana's only 29, but Kuzi is 32. I guess he's still kind of in his prime. Yeah, he's still got exact elite, so he's still in his prime. But Ovi, 39, the ageless one. How many goals has he scored? Hang on a second. Has he got 900? Has he passed Wayne? He's got 950. He got 950. He is the greatest goal scorer of all time. Alexander Ovechkin. Could you imagine him retiring after beating Wayne Gretzky's record and winning a Stanley Cup? Watch out. Watch out for Ovi. Watch out for Ovi. Jakob Silfverberg. There we go. Nicholas Backstrom and Nick Baton. All right. Not the greatest second line. Zach Hyman, Brett Leeson, and AJ Greer. Not a great third line, but remember that they could have a +5 for the third line for all we know. So they could be good. John Carlson, 35, and Lucas Johansson. They really held on to this team, didn't they? So not looking strong there. Ryan Ellis that we traded. Remember we traded that for the first pick that ended up becoming a draft lottery selection? Yeah, baby. Ryan Ellis to Washington. And then they have Braden Holtbeast. Just get rid of one of the goalies and help out the rest of your roster, you stupid general managers. All right, so on paper, I like the way we look. We dominated during the regular season, right? So that should be enough. What do you guys think? Hang on a second. Oh, power of video editing, ladies and gentlemen. All right, feeling much better. So let's get round number 1 up against the Washington Capitals started, baby. How many more wins did we have on them? 17 more wins. Is my math correct? Oh, man, I'm probably butchering that. I think so. 17 more wins on the regular season than the Washington Capitals. We had less than half the amount of regulation losses, man. Come on. This has got to go our way, right? It's got to go our way. So we're not going to do overtime commentary unless it's an elimination game or a Stanley Cup final game because we might have 4 potential playoff rounds. We got to get this done pretty quickly, right? So let's go just real-time simulation still. So we're not going to go quick-time simulation. But we're going to take our time with this and no overtime. Oh, there you go. Evgeny Kuznetsov is going to get the opening goal for the Washington Capitals on Tyler Parsons. Oh, my God. Juice! He's going to score from the top of the slot. And our team gets outplayed in the first. But there you go. Brad Marchand wakes us up. Perhaps our boys thought that this was going to be an easy series. All right. Brad Marchand's got to wake up the boys. Shots 15-6 in favor of the Washington Capitals right now. Not looking good for Boston. Come on now, Boston. Answer back. We're at home. We have our fans. We know we're a good team. We have lethal options everywhere. We got the veterans with the rookie on the third line. We got the second liners that have really become first liners. And then the first line still superstars in their 20s with long-term contracts. And there it is. What a ball breaker goal for the Washington Capitals. Right before the end of the second, Brad Marchand, who won the Conn Smythe 2 years ago, continues to be a dominant performer during the NHL playoffs. Third period underway. We have a 2-2 tie, and Dylan is going to reclaim the lead for the Washington Capitals. Power play for Washington. Not good for the Boston Bruins. Come on now, Boston, you bloody fools. Is anyone but Brad Marchand going to show up? Power play. Boston, it goes nowhere. Oh, no. I'm going to get EA voodooed, man. I'm going to get EA voodooed. My greatest regular season in history. We're about to get EA voodooed. Carlo, you couldn't get that goal before the freaking empty netter. A 4-3 victory for Alexander Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to get voodooed. I'm going to get voodooed so hard right here. 63, 14, and 5. You can't do anything but laugh. No. We're still in this, boys. It's one game. Relax. It's one game. Don't worry about it. Tyler Parsons is going to have a good one. We still have Laurent Brossoit that we can go to as a backup if we need it. But more guys are going to score more than just... And Alexander Ovechkin is going to open up the goal scoring for the Washington Capitals. And once again, the Boston Bruins, there you go, Hayden Fleury from the blue line, clapping one home. And we are out shooting them in this first period. Good. Now, they had the better goaltender, but just slightly. We had an 83 overall goaltender. They had an 85 overall goaltender. So that's minuscule. It's really about the team. Now, we don't know about their chemistry. If they had +5 on every line, then yeah, they're going to be a good team. I wish they actually showed that. But apparently not. So second period, we are down by 2. Shots are even. Come on now, Boston. You're not in trouble until you lose at home ice. We already lost game 1. You don't want to lose 2 games in a playoff round on home ice. You're in real trouble then. Oh, man, I'm going to get voodooed, man. I am going to so get voodooed. It's just one of those days. Wait a minute. Jake DeBrusk on the second line answers back. We are out shooting them 22-19. Another 2-2 tie going into the third period. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have a hero here in Boston or the Washington Capitals? They're going to step up. Hayden Fleury, a second goal of the game. Torrey Krug, leave it up to our point men to score goals. But Zach Hyman gets the Washington Capitals back within 1. That's a big one. 10 minutes left. We have a game here. Can the Boston Bruins hold on to this 1-goal advantage? Yes, Carson Lambos, another point goal. 4 out of the 5 goals scored from Boston came from the blue line. But no, Geno Malkin has got to get 6. Tyler Parsons, what the fuck are you doing? You want to keep the puck out of the net there? And the Boston Bruins, they get the goals needed. 6-4 victory. All right. Pretty good. The offense showed up in that game. The offense has actually been there both the first 2 games. 3 goals in the first game, 6 goals in the second game. So we got 9 goals over the first 2 games. The stat that I'm worried about right now is that they have scored 8 goals over the first 2 games. 4 goals on average per game. I mean, we're not going to win the series if we're averaging 4 goals against. That's just, it doesn't matter who we're going up against. So we've had 2 bad defensive / 2 bad goaltender games. It's time that the defense or the goalie, I'm not going to call either one of you out. We don't know if they gave up breakaways or 2-on-1s. The point I'm trying to make is it's time that our defense plays better than their defense. Brayden Point opening up. There it is. Let's show some dominance here, Boston. All right, come on. Washington, we're giving them too much leeway. Let's just show that. Let's flex that muscle. Zach Hyman is going to score on Tyler Parsons. Making that a 1-goal game. So the early advantage from the Boston Bruins almost squashed. But there it is. Brayden Point, his second goal of the period. Solid. We're out shooting them 14-6. We're out scoring them 3-1. This is more like it. Power play late for Washington goes nowhere. All right. So pretty good. Points mad. Yeah, and Marchand might be assisting to those as well. I'm telling you, that first line, Point, Pasta, and Marchand, they just play so well with one another. Hayden Fleury. Hey, that's 3 goals in the last 2 games for Hayden Fleury. What the hell is this kid doing back there? Alongside of Carson Lambos. Those 2 guys might have some real good chemistry. Yeah, Jakob Silfverberg getting his team back within 2. I don't know, though. Come on, Tyler Parsons. 2 goals against. That's all they're going to get this game. I want a good defensive game. All right, so a 4-2 lead going into the third period. That's exactly where we want it to be. 2-goal advantage. Power play early for Boston. It's a long one. We didn't score, but at least we wasted a quarter of a period on the power play. But Janssen Faljabi? Who the fuck is that? Gets his team back within 1. Come on now, Boston. Come on now, Boston. Tyler Parsons, come on. Yes! Geno Malkin for the 2nd game in a row getting the big-time insurance marker late in the third. Hayden Fleury, holy shit, 4 goals in the last 2 games for Hayden Fleury. All right, so 6 goals for the Boston Bruins, so we can score. Fleury a god, what the hell? I know that trade for Fleury was amazing. All right. So, again, they scored 4 goals the first game. They scored 4 goals the second game. And they scored 3 goals the third game. Now, thankfully, we are scoring as well, but, this is an offensive series. I'm a little bit worried, man. I'm a little bit worried. But we have a 2-1 series lead now, so at least we have reclaimed home ice advantage. Let's take a 3-1 series lead, all right? In Washington, up against the greatest goal scorer of all time, Alexander Ovechkin. Does he have one more magical season in him? 5-on-3, Brayden Point! Scoring from his little left circle clap bomb area. That's what I like to see. So 9-7 in favor of the Boston Bruins. But Washington, they just tied it up. They're in this game. Geno Malkin getting some big-time insurance markers. That is the 3rd goal in a row that where it's been a 1-goal advantage for Boston, that he's turned it into a 2-goal advantage. You'd want to talk about clutch goal scoring? They have been some big-time goals. Jake DeBrusk, there we go. Flexing. Flex it. Flex it here in Washington. And Tyler Parsons with the 5-on-3 penalty kill. Yes! Good job, Tyler. Now, here's the game where Tyler starts to flex, right? He had a great regular season. He's still only 83. He's going to be better next season. I guarantee you we're going to see a jump out of Tyler Parsons. It'll jump even further if he has a real good playoff run. So come on, man. We need some good games like this to get your save percentage under control. To get your goals against under control. Yeah, this game's over. DeBrusk makes it a 4-goal game. Kanye West, Cody, scores his very first career NHL playoff goal. Congratulations, Cody. Adam Larson, there's 6 goals for Boston. This is more like it. This is more like it. The dominating Boston Bruins during the regular season showed up in this game. Come on. Come on. Come on, baby. Yes. And that's a 39-save shutout for Tyler Parsons. 3-1 series lead. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. Series is over and done with. We are too powerful. And unlike Game 1, even in Game 1 that we lost, it was just because we couldn't keep the puck out of the net. The trend that has remained true through the first 4 games is that we are scoring goals. We are scoring. We're scoring at will. So there's no way we go another 3 games and we don't have at least, 2 of those games where we don't get like at least 4 goals. So I feel like this is all wrapped up. They could win this game. They might even push it to Game 7. But we got to have at least 1 out of these final 3 games where we outscore the other team. To hell with the goals against for us. We're just gonna light it up. There's no way. We have too many options. We've been scoring every single game. They might be due for 1 good defensive game, maybe 2. There's no way they get 3 good defensive games against us in a row. There's just no way. It's not gonna happen. All right. So first period, yep. This is the one I expect them to do something. They've had what was it, 4 games in a row where they haven't been playing well defensively. They might be due for a game. But there you go. Julien Gauthier on the second line with his +3, baby. Evgeny Kuznetsov, though, oh, man. I was hoping that maybe we could keep them from scoring in games where we can't get goals. Come on, boys. I don't want to play around here. I don't want to go any further into this series that we have to. Things get dangerous, man. So third period, somebody step up. Somebody step up and just steal this game. Tyler, I need you to remain calm, cool, and collected in the net. No more goals against. But come on now, Boston. You have a late one. Malkin, he's always been scoring late. Somebody, Brad Marchand, point, Pasta. I don't want to have to go back to Washington for Game 6. Oh, we're going back to Washington for Game 6. Wait a minute. Brad Marchand? No, it's not going to happen. And for the second time in a row, after they make it a 2-goal advantage late, we get one. If only we could have got that goal before Backstrom. All right. So that was the one game where the offense wasn't there. Now it's time. It's time that you guys step up. All right. You've been there the entire series, but you've got to get this game done. You do not want to get to Game 7. Anything can happen in Game 7, man. Anything can happen in Game 7. This is the game where you guys have got to show up. Game 6 in Washington. All the pressure is on Washington, on front of their home ice fans. They don't want to lose there. We still have another game. Come on, baby. There it is. Jacob Force, Backa, Carlson, JFK from the grassy knoll with the snippety-doo on Samsonov. Here we go. Power play goes nowhere. 8:45. Power play for the Washington Capitals. We are out shooting them 19-4, 20-4. As I'm telling you, unless Samsonov has an incredible game, we are due now for a goal-scoring game. Shots are 21-6 in favor of the Boston Bruins. Come on now, Boston. Just keep peppering Samsonov with the puck. Shell shock his ass. Power play for Washington goes nowhere. But they did get some shots. They got back in the shot totals there. Halfway through the game, the Boston Bruins have a 1-0 lead. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. 5 minutes left. Just get to the end of the second. Get to the end of the second. They definitely caught up in shot totals. They played much better there in the second period. All right. All right, guys, we do not want to have to go back to Game 7 in Boston. Anything can happen, especially with a guy like Alexander Ovechkin. All right? I think after the Boston Bruins won the Stanley Cup in 2011, it was Washington who defeated them in 2012 in Game 7 on a goal by Joel Ward on Tim Thomas. We don't want to repeat history here. All right? So come on, baby. Get this sucker done. I don't care if it's Tyler Parsons. I don't care if it's the defensive core. I don't care if it's more goals from our offense. Somebody step up and get shit done. Here it is. Third period underway. Game 6. The controller's down. Power play for Boston. Oh, doesn't go anywhere. But another one. Come on, the Zebras are handing it to you. Just fucking score. Yeah! And the captain, Patrice Bergy. He's going to get that big-time insurance. I swear the third line's been the insurance line. If it's not Malkin, it's Bergy. Oh, that's it. And Tyler Parsons. Come on, get 2. Get 2 shutties. Get 2 shutties. Get 2 shutties. All right. So, Tyler Parsons had a couple of bad games, but 2 out of the 4 wins for us, he had 2 shutouts as well. So, Tyler Parsons got his stats back under control. we were due for another bad game, I guess. That was another game where we only scored 2 goals. I guarantee you Game 7 we would have scored more. Guarantee you. There would have been no way in hell we would have had 3 bad games in a row. And there it is. Your Boston Bruins are off to round number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. All right, power of video editing. All right, so round 1 was a success. Let us move on to round number 2. Who do we got in round 2 of the playoffs? Is it going to be the Detroit Red Wings again? I can't remember if it was round 1 or round 2 of the playoffs last season when we faced them, but they were the team to go on to win the Stanley Cup. And no, it looks like the Detroit Red Wings have lost to the Tampa Bay Lightning for year number 2. So we don't have to go back up against the team that beat us out last year. That could be some good news, right? Could be some good news. But the Tampa Bay Lightning, a very respectable record, 50, 26, and 6. They're certainly a team that could beat us. On paper, let's take a look at what they have here. So this is year number 6, right? They still should have everybody on that team. So Palat is 34, but he's 87 overall. Stamkos is 35. He's dropped down to 89 overall. And Kucherov is still, as a franchise, at 95. The problem with that line is that, let's see, you got a sniper, playmaker. That could be a +3. It could even be a +5. It really could be. So Kuch could be like a 98. He could be like 100 overall. Stamkos could still be like a 94 or a 92. And Palat could be like a 92 or a 90. That could be a +3 for sure. Second line, Hagos, oh, fuck that Cartier guy. I remember him. Nikushkin. All right, so not a lot of depth right there. Even a +5 really doesn't help out that second line. Kachuk, Johnson, Sherwood, Mercier, Howerlook, and Gord. All right, so the third line could be really good, especially if they have a plus, like a +3 or a +5. That third line could be good. Fourth line, all right. And then the defensive core, they still have Victor Hedman, who's still an exact elite. Mikhail Sergachev, Cristiano Beta. Who did they draft this guy? Oh, yeah, they had the 2nd overall pick in 2020 because the Vancouver Canucks missed the playoffs. Thanks a lot, Vancouver, you pieces of shit. Alongside Ryan McDonough, who's dropped off, Dotchin, and Zach Whitecloud. So they got 3 good defensemen. And what about Vasilevsky? He's still here? Yes, he is. Only 30 years of age in year 6. God damn. They got Vasilevsky forever. But he's not having a great playoff run. .894 save percentage, but it's still, the fact is, he's a 91 overall goaltender. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, our team was scoring goals against the Washington Capitals. Hopefully that trend can continue here against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm taking off my sweater. Fuck it. I don't care if I can get adjusted. I'm way too hot, man. Go Pens, appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. So here we are in Boston for Game 1 of the Round 2 playoffs between the Boston Bruins and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Boston Bruins were the best team during the regular season. Are they going to be able to have the perfect year, the President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup? Come on, baby. We certainly have the roster. We've put together an amazing team. We just need everyone to come through at the right time. All right, so Tyler Parsons' numbers were looking a lot better. I'm just worried about that first line for Tampa Bay, especially the power play, because Cooch, Stammer, they can go Palat if they want. They can go with some of those third liners if they want. They got Hedman, they got Sergachev, they can go Beta. They're certainly going to have some weapons on the power play. And 5-on-5 with Vasilevsky, you never know there as well. And the opening goal of the series goes to the Tampa Bay Lightning, of course. Andre Palat scores. All right, so through 2 periods, the Boston Bruins haven't scored 1. So unlike the last series, this may be a defensive battle. Andre Palat is going to score on Parsons, 17 shots to 21. 2 teams are very even. Come on now, do I have a third period hero? There's no way. Yes, of course, the Rat. Why am I calling them the Rat? The freaking legend, Brad Marchand, and then Braden Point, the first line. Marchand probably had an assist on that sucker as well. They start the third period, and less than 3 minutes in, oh baby, it's 2-0. Less than 10 minutes in, it's, oh okay, wait, back to 3-2. Pasternak scores. Sergachev, though, gets them back within 1. What a wild first game here in round 2 of the playoffs. 5 minutes left. 3 minutes left. Fuck you! Oh, Cartier. That son of a fucking bitch, Cartier. Are you... Second line, 80 overall center, tying up the game with 3:30 left. All right, well, I said I would do overtime games, but we have a potential long video still to go. Holy shit, you guys are coming through with donations. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. Oh, man. I might have to turn that off now. It's going to be ruining it. So we just got to go into overtime here, all right? So here we are. If it's an elimination game or if we're in the Stanley Cup Finals and it's overtime, I'll watch it. All right, but guys, I'll be here for hours. So we're just going to go real-time simulation, all right? 3-3. Come on, Boston. This game's not over yet. Just salvage the win. Power play. Power play for Tampa. Oh, of course. And Yanni Gord is going to score, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to steal game number 1. Oh, my God. Well, there it is. We had the power play in overtime, couldn't convert, and then they get a power play, and sure as shit, they convert. And we had a 1-goal lead with 3 minutes left. Oh, my God. That game could be the difference maker. I know it's only game number 1. We lost game 1 in the first round, but these teams could be very even. If it comes down to like a game 6 or game 5, what are you guys doing? What's with all the gifted subs? I appreciate it, guys. Thank you. I don't know if it's going to help us, though. Ah, is the C for cookie ruining the, is it too loud? You know, whatever. It's not like there's other sound in GM mode. I'll just, as long as it's not taking over my voice, we'll be okay. So here it is, game 2 in Boston. The Tampa Bay Lightning have a 1-0 series lead. Come on, boys. Let's get some offense in this game. Holy shit, they're all coming in. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Kucherov, though, open up the goal scoring for the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're going to get beat. A 63-win team. We're going to get beat in the second round. I hate the Atlantic Division. Put me in the Pacific. Put me in the friggin' Metro. Put me in somewhere where I can just dominate and get to the conference finals consistently. I got up against Detroit, who were like the best team in the NHL last year. Tampa Bay, who's consistently a good team with their freaking roster. Toronto's got a young squad. Jacob Forsbacka Carlson, the short-handed snip from the grassy knoll. Way to go, buddy. And we got a 1-1 tie halfway through the game. We got to win this game. We cannot fall that fucking Nikushkin. All right, Nikushkin's going to score for the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're having a tough time getting goals here against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm not liking this. We've had like 4 games in a row now where scoring goals has been an issue, going back to the last round. All right, do we have a third period goal in us, and we have to keep them from scoring? Come on now, Boston. Again, an early goal, Julien Gauthier. All right, just like the last game, but they stole it late after we claimed the lead. Power play for Boston. Yes. All right, Brad Marchand. Okay, now we got to close it out. We got to close it out. No more third period comebacks for the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, it's the exact same. It's a replica of game number 1. They had a 1-goal lead going into the third. We got 2. Don't tell me they tied up late again. 2-1. Parsons. All right. All right. Boston is back in it, baby, with a 1-1 series tie. We're going to Tampa Bay. They did their job, though. They took 1 on the road. That's what you want to do. All right, but we looked good in both games. We've got a regulation win. They only have an overtime win. So things on paper look pretty good for our Boston Bruins right now. All right, I'm not making any line changes. I don't care how bad it looks. This team is staying out there. This team got 63 wins during the regular season. They obviously simulate well with one another. I'm giving them the opportunity to just get it done. Josh Anderson is going to open up game 3 with a goal for Boston. Solid job. 13 minutes. Power play for the Tampa Bay Lightning early in the game here in the first period. It's a long one, it looks like, but no, the Boston Bruins and Tyler Parsons with the penalty kill, they end up killing it off. 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute. There's the first period. All right, that's the exact blueprint of the first period that I would like to have. All right, a 1-0 lead. Then you get that to a 2-0 lead in the second, and then you win the game 2-1 to 3-2, something like that in the third period. All right, come on now, boys. Keep on grinding this second period down. Grind those bitch-ass Tampa Bay Lightning into their place. Power play goes nowhere for the Boston Bruins. All right, coming up to the halfway point in game number 3. Still only a 1-0 lead for Boston. So both teams are playing very well defensively. This is a defensive series. Guys like Hedman, guys like Sergachev, Vasilevsky, they're playing well. And our guys are also shutting down the Tampa Bay Lightning. So a 1-0 lead through 2. Again, they had the lead. Every team that's had the lead so far going into the third ends up giving up that lead. Now, Tampa got it back in overtime. We held on to it in game 2. What's going to happen here? Are the Tampa Bay Lightning going to tie it up? Or are Boston going to get that routine and put it in place? 17 minutes. Come on now, Boston. We need this. Fucking Sherwood, you son of a bitch. They end up tying it up. But there it is. Kanye. That's a big fucking goal, Cody. Good job. Yes! Breaking point on the first line against his old team. Scoring that insurance marker, and we got the routine in place. This is what I'm talking about. All right, this is what I'm talking about. The 3-1 lead now in the third period. You got to take it in regulation. 3, 2, 1. Yes! And the Boston Bruins have now gone to Tampa, and they've taken 1 on the road. So we've reclaimed our home ice advantage. Worst case scenario, we are going back to Game 5 in Boston with a 2-2 series tie. Although, Just like the last round, we could also take a 3-1 series lead after losing the first game of the series. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. But this series does feel like a Game 7, boys. Now, the good news for us is that the Tampa Bay Lightning, 3 games in, have yet to win in regulation. So, on paper, we're looking really good. You know, we got 2 reg wins and an overtime loss. They got an overtime win and 2 reg losses. So, you know, we are simulating better so far through the first 3 games. They just got a little bit of luck there in that overtime game. That's why I was saying it could be a big difference maker if this thing does have to go to 7. You know, because they stole that game. Power play early. So here we go. Game number 4. 5-on-3. Oh, you fucking idiot. Okay, that's okay. Our power play was so good during the course of the regular season. Point, you couldn't find a way through? All right, so this is game 4. This is the difference between a 2-2 series tie and a 3-1 series lead for your Boston Bruins. Come on, baby. All right, it's a good defensive first period. Nothing wrong with a 0-0 first period. I'll take that. Captain Bergie. Captain fucking Bergie getting it done. Followed up by a power play that is killed off by the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, I hear you. But we're playing well. 10 minutes left, halfway through the game. And again, the Boston Bruins are playing some fantastic hockey. It's unfortunate that the Tampa Bay Lightning just tied up the game, but we were doubling their shots. We are not allowing them chances, and we are just claiming that lead. Like, even though it's a 1-0 lead, we're always getting out in front. They're not getting out in front of us, which is great. So they score, but then it's a tie game again. And then we get the next goal. Shots are 27-13 in favor of the Boston Bruins. Come on. This is the difference between a 2-2 series tie and a 3-1 series lead. Don't let them steal this one. Don't let them steal this one. Now, every game has been a 1-goal lead going into the third, and the team behind has tied it up. And it's gone back and forth since that point, but come on, break this routine. Get the third period lead and hold on to it for 20 minutes straight. Come on, Boston. 15 minutes. Come on, 3-1 series lead, 3-1 series lead, 3-1 series lead. 10 minutes left, halfway through the third period. Boston's still holding on to it. And for the 4th game in a row, the team trailing in the third is going to tie the game up. Pasternak, come on. 2 minutes, hold on to it. Oh my God! Oh my fucking God, man. Oh my God. 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 What a wild playoff round we're into right here, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter who's got the lead in the third period. We couldn't even get this thing to overtime. They got 2 goals. We were up 3-2 with 4 minutes to go. They tie it up and they get... Oh my God. So you want to talk about a team that is stealing games. The Tampa Bay Lightning, they should be swept. They should be swept. We should have swept them. Instead, it's a 2-2 series tie. Oh, the voodoo boys. We're letting this one get away from ourselves. We are big time letting this one get away from ourselves. They should not even be in this series. This should be a sweep. Silver lining should be a 3-1 series lead. The worst case scenario is that this is 2-2. They won that game in overtime by tying it up with 3 minutes left and then getting the overtime winner. We win 3-2. We win 3-1. And then again, 3-2 with 4 minutes left. They tie it up and then get the go-ahead with like a minute. Oh my God. All right. Johnny, they had 50 wins. I know. We had 63 though. You know, forget the wins because that's not an indication of playoff hockey because in the regular season, you get overtime and shootout wins, which don't count, right? Because that's 3-on-3 overtime and shootout. That doesn't happen in the playoffs. What you have to do is look at regulation losses. We have 14 regulation losses. They have 26. All right? We almost have less than half of their regulation losses. That's the number that comes through in the playoffs. So we're dominant. We should be dominating. And we have been. They've just stolen 2 games, man. Oh my God. All right, back to Boston. We do have home ice advantage, but anything can happen now. Any team can win 2 out of 3. So anything can happen now. Here we go. I just hope that I give myself 2 chances to win. All right, come on now, Boston. We need a good game, man. We need somebody to step up. Tyler Parsons, you got to stop fucking collapsing in the third period as well. And you got to stop giving up the first goal of the game. All right, Bergeron ties it up right after Kucherov. Good job, buddy. Good job, good job, good job. We're out shooting them 12-5. The game is tied up, though, at ones. All right, 14-6 are the shots for the Boston Bruins. Come on now, Boston. You got to get this series lead. And even with the series lead, they could easily still win 2 in a row. So you have to grind it now. Power play for the Tampa Bay Lightning goes nowhere, thank God. And fucking Cartier, what his fucking name? 80 overall, second. Oh my God. And here you go. The Tampa Bay Lightning are now going to open up the offense, and they're going to punish us. The Boston Bruins. They're due. They are due for some offense. They have Kucherov and Stamkos. They haven't gone off and had a game where they scored 5 or 6 goals. This might be it. And we've had plenty of games where we could have won, but they stole it. Like, they haven't had a game where they dominated in regulation. They are due. They're totally due for a regulation domination. 5-on-3 power play early. Fucking hell. Oh my God. All right, this might be coming down to Vasilevsky's better than Parsons, man. We had a 5-on-3. We could not do anything with it. Parsons had 2 late third period leads. He couldn't hold on to it. Oh my God. Choke for Boston. We could lose 3 in a row here. After being up 2-1 in the series, we could end up losing 3 in a row. Oh my God. And the Boston Bruins lose 4-1 on home ice. All right. So the people in the chat are saying to try a different goaltender, Lauren Brassard. No, I am not doing that. All right. We're giving this guy the chance. Like I said, it's not 3-1, it's not 3-1 or 3-0. If it was that bad, then I'd try something. We can easily win 2 games in a row. We just need a good simulation. We've already won 2 games in a row. We had 4 good games in a row. All right, they just managed to steal 2. We need these guys to step up. It's as simple as that. I'm not making any changes. This team got a 63 wins over the course of the regular season. Only lost 14 times in regulation. We've just lost 2 games in a row in regulation. Put that into perspective. Over 82 games, we only lost 14 times in regulation. And yet we've just lost 2 in a row against the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 6 in Tampa Bay. The Boston Bruins, they have their backs up against the wall. Do we have a hero, or are we going to have another disappointing year after a great regular season? Seems to be, Kucherov. Oh, it's over. It's over, boys. It's over. I told you, that game 1 where they stole it, that was huge, and then it was even bigger in game 4, because they're good enough to have a game where they win, and now it's time for them to dominate. I'm telling you, game 1 was such a series-swinging game, and then game 4, that was the clincher right there. That was the nail in the coffin. I mean, it's not over. It's only a 1-0 lead, but it's just, I've done this a lot. I have a strong feeling that either we're going to get destroyed in this game or destroyed in game 7. They're going to get like 5 or 6 goals. I'm telling you. It's just the feel of it. Power play for Boston goes nowhere. Power play for Tampa Bay goes nowhere. All right, good job. There it goes. Fucking Tartier. 80 overall, 3 goals in 6 games. Unfucking believable. Torrey Krug scores for the Boston Bruins, getting us back within 1. I still feel like Tampa Bay is going to unload for like 3 goals in the third period, man. I'm telling you. They're going to get a game where they get like 5 or 6. We're not tying this sucker up. All right, so every game, you know, the team from behind was able to tie it up, except for the last one, but it was more than a 1-goal advantage. Here we go. Here we go. It's on. Third period underway. Power play early for Tampa Bay. Goes nowhere. Come on, Boston. The series is not over. If you could just find the heroics that you had during the regular season, find the heroics from 2 years ago. 10 minutes left. The season's on the line. 8 minutes. 7 minutes. Oh! Kanye! Steven Stamkos takes that young kid's greatest moment and shits all over it. He shits all over it. And the Tampa Bay Lightning have defeated the Boston Bruins in 6 games. We didn't even get back to 7. Kanye West was feeling so good about himself, and then oh my God. Regular season team. Nah, you know what? It was games 1 and 4. They were due for some regulation. I mean, 3. Fucking hell. We had 14 losses in regulation during the regular season, and yet we have 3 in a row in the playoffs. Up 2-1 in the series, and oh my God, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, well, we got to sim to the draft now. Pasta was so effing bad. Yeah, we'll take a look at the individual stats. Take a look at this. Holy shit, man. What a joke. What an absolute joke that was. Points. Hang on a second. Forwards. Point 12 and 12. What about Pasta? Yeah, 8 and 12. And a lot of those points were in the first round. Who was the minuses? -3, the third line. They were already kind of I'm not even blaming them. I'm blaming Tyler Parsons with the 3-goal leads. Yeah, 8 of 9, 30 save percentage. It came down to 9-12. Means he had a save percentage in the 8s there. Ugh, God damn it. All right. Well, that's the end of the year, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to do multiple years in a row. But maybe we get a little bit of luck, because when we were kicked out of the playoffs last year against the Detroit Red Wings, we ended up winning the draft lottery and moving up from like 13 to 3, and that led us to Cody West, right? And Cody West is looking like he's going to be a good player. Well, we have the LA Kings. Odds are is that we're going to be pushed back to the 4th overall pick, but let's see if we get a little bit lucky. This might just be a horrible year, man. View draft class, and I'll take a look at the draft class afterwards. Hang on a second. AHL playoff round complete. I also want to take a look at the retirements, right? Bergie might be gone. That might be Bergie's last season. Calgary Flames have fired head coach Terry McCourt. Wow. Couldn't even just wait to the end of the playoffs. Second year in a row we lose. I fucking hate our division. I fucking hate our division, man. First up, the Detroit Red Wings beat us. They win the Stanley Cup in the Atlantic Division. Next up, the Tampa Bay Lightning. They beat us in the Stanley Cup in the second round. They go all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Unbelievable, man. We could have beat them. We would have won this. Unbelievable. That fucking game 1 and game 4 comebacks. Unbelievable. Appreciate it, Real Voodoo. Thank you very much, my man. All right, let's take a look at these retirements in the draft lottery. 1 to 2. All right, we got the 2nd overall pick. We got the set. It's not horrible. We didn't get the first. But we didn't drop back to 4th. All right, so I'd say that's a good one. That's a good one. 2 ain't bad. Yeah, 2 ain't bad. Yeah, 2 ain't bad at all. It's not too shabby. It's not too shabby, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we got the 2nd overall pick from the LA Kings. The Vegas Golden Knights move up from 7 to 7. Vancouver stays at 3. Ottawa moves back from 2 to 4. Could have been worse, could have been better, but it's not horrible. We'll look at the draft class in a second. Let me just look at the retirements. I want to see retirements here. Is Ovi gone, or is Ovi trying to hit 1,000? View retired players. Here we go. Bergie. Kane is gone. Kopitar, Getzlaf, Giroux, Taves, Kovalchuk, Parise, Vanek, Pacioretty. I don't know if he's gone. Hang on a second. Boston. He's coming back, boys. Another year with Patrice Bergeron as a 4th liner. He's not gone. He's got 1 more year in, and we can try to win the Stanley Cup 1 more time with him. All right, so that's good. Draft interviews. Hang on a second. Continue. No, fuck the draft interviews. Yeah, I'm done with those draft interviews. They're so boring. All right, so let's save the game. There you go. Check the injuries. Yeah, we'll do all of that before we end up the year. This is still year number 6, right? So we'll do the awards, and we'll take a look at the draft class, and then we'll save the draft for the next live stream where we do the next year. All right, we'll just finish off the Boston Bruins by doing it like this. That's why I want to get the next expansion series started, because this team is pretty much on autopilot. The regular season is pretty much a wash, so we don't need to, and I don't need 4 different videos for the playoffs either. All right, so Boston, Detroit, and Tampa Bay. The Atlantic Division is stacked. President's Trophy. Boston won it this year. Detroit won it last year. We've won the President's Trophy 4 times, or 2 times in 4 years. I don't know which team kicked us out 4 years ago. I forget at this point. Oh, my God. Individual awards. Art Ross goes to Jack Hughes. Hart Memorial, Braden Point. So we have the best, the MVP of the NHL. Braden Point on our team. What a signing. James Norris, Krug. 3rd time in 4 years. Torrey Krug has won the Norris. Lady Bing goes to Braden Point. Calder goes to Lady Pov. Fuck you. Vezina goes to, there you go. Tyler Parsons got the Vezina. So even though Parsons had a little bit of a rough go, hopefully he has grown now, and he is he's ready for another run this year. And hopefully, what's his name, Brad Marchand can still play on the first line and help Point get all those points, right? Playoff tree. Hang on a second. There you go. Tampa they swept the Islanders. Unbelievable, man. That was, and then, I hate my division. I hate my division. I hate the Atlantic Division. I hate it so much with a fucking passion, man. Look, Tampa had to go to Game 7 against Detroit. Then we had to go up against that Tampa team that beat Detroit. And then it's just an easy run to the Cup. All right, they lost 1 more game after losing to us to the Cup. I fucking hate our fucking division, man. AHL champs. Screw the AHL champs. I don't care about the AHL champs. Shut the hell up. I'm doing my own thing right now. I'm not in the mood. All right, let's take a look at the draft class. We got the 2nd overall pick. Let's see what we got. All right, so Clarence Sopel, supposed to be going 1st overall. 55 and 55. That could be a stud, but we already have. You know what? That's kind of cool because this guy might be a sniper, and we already have what's his name? We already have Cody West as the right wing, right? So if he gets taken first overall, that leaves us with Alexei Tulipov. If he's a playmaker, A+, 6 goals, 14 assists. Oh, yeah. If he's a playmaker, all of a sudden you got your playmaker and your sniper combination for the future, right? But there also is Colton Prust. Oh, offensive defenseman. Right-handed offensive defenseman alongside of Lambos or Fleury when Krug drops off. Right-handed offensive defenseman right there. That's a big one in Colton Prust. Oben, 51, 50. Jesus, that's some good stats. Oben looks like it's a pretty good sniper also, a left-wing sniper. I'm liking Oben and Prust, to be honest. Tulipov, I don't know, because he played in the A+ league, 6 goals. He looks like a playmaker. Interesting. All right, so we'll come back and we'll do year number 7 next time, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. We also live stream on Twitch where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my God, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to God, baseball God just decided to all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.